Eileen can be with us in the class. So let's get this started. Well, if you remember, Sarah, we have checked conditional 0 and conditional 1. So let me give you some examples very quickly. 0 conditional, it's gonna be for actions and consequences, but they are very obvious and logical. No? So this is gonna be the use for 0 conditional, right? It's gonna be used for actions and consequences that are obvious and logical, no? And this conditional, Sarah, is completely in present. For example, if you touch fire, you burn yourself. Yes. If you remember, Sarah, we are using here the present for touch, and in the second part of the consequence, we are using again the present. Yes. Let me give you another example in negative. If you don't do homework, you don't have the activity. No. If you see, Sarah, we are using here the negative for don't, for the negative, and don't again. So I have an idea, Sarah. Can I type you a sentence in the 0 conditional and you say it for me from Spanish to English, Sarah? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, look at this. Let's go. Okay, Sarah, this is the sentence.
If it rains, no veo lo otro, perdón. Sorry.
Yes, Sarah, check the chat. It's in the chat. Do you want me to repeat the sentence?
Okay.
Speaking English, Sarah. I don't see. Remember, speaking English. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't see. If it rains, I don't go to the school.
Exactly, Sarah. Very good sentence. Let me type it here. If it rains, I don't go to school. All right, Sarah. I think it's a good sentence because it's actions and consequences for something very obvious and logical. All right. So let me see. I can also see that Isabel is here in the class. Hi, Isabel. Good afternoon. Can you listen to me?
Hi, teacher. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, Isabel. Can I type a sentence in Spanish and you change it to English? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, look at this. Okay, this is the sentence. Let's go, Isabel.
Okay. Un moment.
Yes, of course, no problem.
If go to the supermarket,
Of course.
I am bought milk.
Okay. Can you see the document? If I go to the supermarket, I buy milk. I buy because this is the 0 conditional for actions and consequences that are very obvious. Let me write another example for you by the chat. Look at this. Okay, come on.
If If, oh,
Look at the document.
I don't remember, Leo.
Ah, okay. It's read, no?
If read, if read a book, I learn
Mhm.
how much?
Yes, I learn much. Okay, that's the
I
simplest.
learn much. Okay.
Yes, if I read a book, I learn much.
I
Very
learn
good.
much. Okay.
Exactly. All right. So that was the zero conditional, girls. We're gonna go now to the first conditional because after we finish with first conditional, we are going to start with the second one that has a different structure. So let's go. First conditional. No? Okay. Again, actions and consequences. But be careful for this because it's gonna be for actions and consequences, but warnings. Yes, let me tell you here what is the meaning of warnings. It's gonna be for warnings, also for predictions. Yes, and those are the things that I'm going to express. In the zero conditional is for obvious and logical actions and consequences. But for the first conditional, it's for actions and consequences that are warnings and predictions for the future. For example, look at this. If I eat a lot of junk food, yes. When I am talking about junk food, I am talking about hamburgers, pizzas, potato chips, French fries, hot dogs, pancakes, all these food that is not nutritious, it's junk food, yes? So if I eat a lot of junk food, I will get fat. If you notice here, we are using the present for the first part. If I eat a lot, and then in the second part, it's gonna be with future. So be careful here because it can be different verbs. It's not necessary that it's always get. There can be used different verbs. Okay, so if I eat a lot of junk food, I will get fat. That's an example with first conditional. Let me show you another in negative. But remember, this first conditional, the consequence, it's gonna be in the future will. Yes, let me show you another. If I don't finish the exam, I won't pass the subject. Yes. When I am talking about subject, girls, I am talking about mathematics, English, I don't know, biology, chemistry, physics, etc. Right? So if I don't finish the exam, I won't pass the subject. So look at this. We are using the negative. And in the second part of the sentence, we are using again negative. But remember, will and won't. Will is in affirmative and won't is in negative. All right, so don't forget these, girls. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Why don't we practice a couple of sentences with first conditional, right? I can see that Karime is here in the class. Welcome. So do you want to be the first one, Sarah? Can I type some examples by the chat and you change them to Spanish before we start the second conditional, Sarah? Hello?
Sí, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Yes. Okay, what happened, Sarah? Don't speak in Spanish. Okay, look at this.
Okay.
Okay, this. Let me check the sentence. Okay, Sarah, here is the sentence. Ready? Come on.
Okay. If you going,
No,
gonna,
going. No, Sarah, because this is in present. Go, no?
yes.
Come on.
If you go the supermarket, you pay.
Oh, but it's in future, Sarah. What is the future that we are using?
You will pay with credit target.
Okay, Sarah. It's not correct to say target. It's card, no? Credit card?
Yes. Card.
Yes.
Credit card.
You want to repeat the example all complete? Come on.
Yes. If you go to the supermarket, you will pay with credit card.
Okay, Sarah. Very good. Let me type another sentence for you, Sarah, but in negative. All right, Sarah, you got it. Come on.
If you don't pay the bill, electrician, the company, no, the company will cancel the service.
All right, Sarah. Very good. Do you want to repeat all the sentence? Come on.
If you don't pay the electricity bill, the company will cancel the service.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very good, Sarah. Thank you so much. So that's the way, girls. Can you see? Action and consequences. You don't pay the electricity bill, the company will cancel the service. If you go to the supermarket, you will pay with credit card, no? Let's see. Why don't we practice some sentences? I can see that Karim is ready. Hello, Karim. Can I type a sentence for you by the chat to change it to English?
Sure.
Okay. Second. All right, Karime, you got it.
If you don't study, you will fail the exam.
Perfect. You will fail the exam. Awesome, Karime. Very good. Can I type another body negative, Karime? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go, Karime. You got it in the chat. Come on.
Right. If you pay Netflix on time,
Mm-hmm.
The company will cancel.
Really? But it's in negative, no, Karime?
Will
What is the negative for will? You have two options, no? Do you remember? No, it can be will not or won't, as you prefer.
we will not cancel the service.
Please say it all complete, Karina. If you pay,
If you pay Netflix on time, the company will not cancel the service.
Okay. What's up, Karime? No questions for this? Are you sure?
Mm,
Yes, remember, the negative is will not, because in the second part of the sentence, we are making a combination, no? Imagine the situation. If you pay Netflix, the company, they don't cancel the service, no? Because you pay. Yes? Do you understand me?
yes.
Okay, that's cool. Perfect. All right, let's go with the next one. This sentence is gonna be for you, Isabel. Ready? Can I type the sentence by the chat?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, look at this.
If you mm,
Come on, check the document.
okay, if you exercise,
Uh-huh. Yes.
mm, you will see beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay, good example. Let me type another. Wait.
Okay.
Come on.
If you don't eat three times a day, you are
Will have, no?
you have
You will have, because remember, will is for the consequence. So you say,
oh,
you will have.
okay, you will have gastritis.
Yeah, but just check the pronunciation. Gastritis. Gastritis.
Gastritis.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's in English, but the writing is the same. Just changes the pronunciation, all right?
Okay.
Do you want to
Gastritis.
repeat? Repeat the sentence, please.
Yes, if you don't eat 3 times a day, you will have gastritis.
Mhm.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, thank you very much. So, well, girls, we did the sentences, yes? And you just have to remember that there are different situations, no? Because, give me just a second. Because there are different situations, remember. Logical actions and consequences, zero conditional, completely in present. Actions and consequences for warnings or predictions, it's present and future, like the ones we have finished. So now I am going to teach you another condition, right? Check it out. Let me prepare the presentation so that you can see it. And this is gonna be the, how do you say, the second conditional, right? Give me just a second. Give me just a second, please. And I am going to show you what's going to be the structure for second condition. All right, I have it ready. So take a look at the situation for zero conditional. And this is for second one. All right. Okay, I suppose you can see my screen. Yes, and my camera is back. So take a look at the situation. Listen to this. Second conditional. Second conditional, it is used for unrealistic situations. Yes, this is gonna be used for situations that are not real. They are impossible or not very probable. Yes, all these situations are only imaginary situation. Yes, or very complicated to happen. Yes, so let me show you here. As you can see there, these are imaginary situations or very, very improbable to happen. Yes, look at this. Let me show you some examples so that you can see the structure, no? The first part of the sentence is gonna be in the past, yeah? So for these actions that are unrealistic, you have to conjugate the verb to the past tense. After that, the part of the consequence, no more will. You're going to use this word, would, would. The pronunciation is this, would. Can you see? Would. Pronoun and would, yes? So let me show you. We have an example, no? If I won the lottery, this is not a realistic situation because first you have to buy a lottery ticket, yeah? So if I won the lottery, I would buy a mansion, right? So start thinking about these girls. If you won the lottery, what would you buy? No? May I ask you, Sarah? If you won the lottery, what would you buy?
Big house.
Yeah, come on, say the complete sentence.
If I won the lottery, I would buy a mansion.
Oh, a mansion. And you said you would buy a big house, no, Sarah?
Yes.
Ah, okay, perfect. That's nice, thank you. And you, Karime, if you won the lottery, what would you buy with this money?
If I won the lottery, I will buy 3 cars.
Oh, you would buy 3 cars, Karime?
Yes.
Wow, cool. Thank you. And you, Isabel, if you won the lottery, what would you buy?
Jewelry, cars, and house.
Wow, jewelry, cars, and houses. Okay, that's cool. Did you listen, girls? These are only imaginary situations. Yes, this is not real. That's why we asked, yes, for win is won. And instead of using will, we're going to use would. Yes. Why do we have to do it in this way? So that the person can understand, how do you say? So that the person can understand that these situations are unrealistic. Okay, so let me show you another one. So we have here another situation. Okay, look at this. This is a fictional situation. If I were taller, no? If you want to imagine that your physical appearance is different or that you are another person, yes, you can start imagining what would happen. For example, if I were taller, she would like me, no? Let me show you another example so that you can check it out. Yes, I'm going to start writing here and check this example. If I were taller, I would play basketball, no? I would play basketball for the NBA, no? This is just an imaginary situation, no? Yes. So why don't we start imagining what would happen, no? Do you want to be the first one, Sarah? Can I ask you a question? Come on, Sarah.
If I were an actress, I would be.
Who would you be, Sarah? Would you be, I don't know, Jennifer Lopez, Julia Roberts? If you were an actress, who would you be? What actress, Sarah? Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. Can you repeat the sentence? Come on.
Yes. If I were an actress, I would be Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, I have another question, Sarah. Come on. If you were a singer, who would you be?
If I were a singer, I would be Adele.
Oh, okay, Adele. Oh, that's a good example, Sarah. Perfect, very good. Did you listen, girls? This is just an imaginary situation that you are pretending to be another person, just for kidding, just an imaginary situation. This is not real because you are yourself, and you cannot be another person, all right? So let me ask some questions to Karime. Karime, can I ask you some questions?
Yes.
If you were an athlete, who would you be?
If I were an athlete, I would be
You can be a man or a woman, no problem.
mm, mm,
Yes, I remember you don't like sports, right?
mm,
I have another question, Karime, that I'm pretty sure you know the answer for this. Check this out. Yes. Come on. If you were an animal, which animal would you be? Come on. This is easy, no?
if I were an animal, I would be a lion.
Wow. Okay, Karime. That's cool. Let me ask you another question. Where? If you weren't Mexican, Karime, what nationality would you be? Come on.
If I weren't Mexican, I would be Canadian. Canadian?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Karime, I thought that you were gonna say Korean. No?
No.
Canadian. Okay, that's an interesting answer. Did you listen, girls? These are only examples that we are imagining. This is not true, no? Okay, why don't we start with the next one? And this is gonna be for you, Isabel. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, check this out. This is crazy, eh? Come on.
If I were a man, I would.
After would, Isabel, you can use different verbs. Play, listen, go, read, whatever is the verb you want to use.
I will read.
Read?
Yes.
I don't like this example so much. Listen to me. I have an idea. Look at this.
Okay.
Check this, girls. If I were a woman, I will have 5 boyfriends at the same time. No, this is just an imaginary situation. In your case, if
Okay.
you were a man,
Okay. If I were a man, I will have play soccer.
Okay. Can you repeat the sentence?
If I were a man, I will play soccer.
That's a good example. Okay, let me show you another. If I were from USA.
Okay.
Come on.
I will speak English.
Exactly. Yes. Do you understand the idea? This is just imaginary situations, correct?
Okay.
Okay. Did you listen, girls? If I were from the USA, I would speak English. I have another sentence for you, Isabel. If I
Okay.
were from Africa, my skin would be, what would be the
Oh.
color of your skin if you were from Africa?
Black skin.
Yes. If you were from Africa, I have another question.
Okay.
If I were from what country? What country? Let me see. Yes. If I were from France, my name would be, what would be your name if you were from
My
France?
um Anastasia.
Oh yes. Okay, come on. Repeat the sentence. If I were.
If I were from France, my name will be Anastasia.
Okay. Yes, of course. All right, girls. These are just imaginary situations. All these things that we have said, they are not true. Okay, so let me show you. Let's go to the next questions. We have finished with this. And let's go to the next situation. All right, let me see. All right, yes. Remember, when you imagine to be another person or to be another situation, you can say, if I were Cristiano Ronaldo, if I were a woman, if I were taller, if I were an animal, if I were a superhero, I don't know. Yes, it's for different situations. Yes. Look at this. Check this situation. If I were rich. Why don't we start making some examples about these imaginary situations, no? Let me start. I'm going to start writing here so that we can make some examples, no? Now the imaginary situation is that if I were rich. For example, let me see. If I were rich, I would help people, no? This is my example, no? All right. And you, Sarah, if you were rich, what would you do?
And if I were rich, I would
Can be different verbs, Sarah. For example, buy, or I don't know. What comes to your mind, Sarah? Nothing?
I would have drive.
I would have what?
Mm,
I don't understand you. What did you say?
chauffeur.
Oh, okay. I would have a driver, no?
Driver.
You would have a driver. Can you repeat your sentence?
If I were rich, I would have a driver.
A driver. All right. That's a good idea, Sarah. Thanks. And you, Karime, if you were rich?
If I were rich, I would buy many K-pop albums.
Okay, many K-pop albums. All right, that's a good example. And you, Isabel, if you were rich?
If I were rich, I will help animals.
That's so cool. Thank you. All right, girls. You see, these are just imaginary situations, right? So let's keep on going. Maybe we have some others so that we can keep on practicing. What goes next? Okay, this is when you imagine to be another person. If I were Tom Brady, if I were Shakira, if I were the president, I don't know. This is for imaginary situations. For example, here, if I were Tom Brady, I suppose you know him. He's an NFL player, quarterback. So if I were Tom Brady, I would win the Super Bowl. Imaginary situation. Next one. All right. So these sentences can also be negative. So what's going to be the negative? Check it out. The action goes with didn't. All right. Now it's going to be with didn't because it's in the past. Didn't. And for the consequence, instead of using would, you're going to use wouldn't. All right. So that's the way you're going to say it. Wouldn't. Yes, that's the negative way. Look at this. We have an example. If he didn't eat so much, he wouldn't be fat. But look at the person. He's very fat. Why? Because he eats so much. But we are just imagining that if he didn't eat so much, he wouldn't be fat. But actually, he's fat. Go to the next. If she didn't save money, she wouldn't travel. But she saves money and she travels to different places. Another. If you want, you can switch places. For example, you can start, I would move to China if I spoke Mandarin. So that's not a problem. So if you want to switch places, that's okay. You can start with the consequence and later to finish with the action. So in both cases is correct. You can say, I would move to China if I spoke Mandarin, or if I spoke Mandarin, I would move to China. That's okay, no problem. Another, I wouldn't be a teacher if I didn't speak English, but I speak English and I am here teaching you. So why don't we start with some examples, no? So try to read carefully these examples, yes, because some examples could be completely negative, affirmative, negative, negative, affirmative. It depends, but you have to pay attention on the sentence so that when you say the sentence, it makes sense, all right? So let me see. Now the first person is gonna be Karime, right? Hello, Karime, ready to start? You're gonna be the first one.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this example, Karime, for he. Ready?
If he were taller, he be a basketball player.
Oh, you forgot this, no? He would?
He would be a basketball player.
He would be a basketball player. That's okay, Karime. Fine. Do you want to say the same one but in negative? Come on. The same but using negative structure.
If he
What is the negative for where?
if he weren't a taller, he
Are you laughing? Because you said he. No. What is the negative for would? Wouldn't, no?
Yeah.
Come on.
If he weren't taller, he wouldn't a basketball player.
He wouldn't be, no?
If he weren't taller, he wouldn't be a basketball player.
Yeah, you did it with problems, but you did it. Another. Let's try this. Come on, Karine, the same. Let's do it for I. Yes. Come
on. If I live in France, I would speak French.
You wanna do the same one, but in talking about Mexico and Spanish? In negative, come
on. If I didn't live in Mexico, I wouldn't speak Spanish.
Yes, Karime, do you understand this? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for one more. Okay, let's do it for you. Yeah, come on.
If you had money, you would buy a new car.
Okay, buy a new car. Exactly. Very, very well. No questions for this, Karime? No, hello?
No.
No, are you sure? Okay, perfect. So let's keep on going because after this, we are gonna go with Sarah. Yeah, pay attention on the structure, Sarah, because now it's gonna be your turn. We have some other pictures for you, Sarah, on the second conditional. Give me a second. And there you go, Sarah. Let's start. Hello, Sarah, ready to start? Come on. Let's do it for he, Sarah.
If he won the lottery, he will travel around the world.
Okay, Sarah, it's a very good sentence. Give me just a moment, guys. Give me a second, please. Sorry for the interruption, girls. I am back. Are you ready for the second sentence, Sarah? Come on. This is the one about Canada. But do it again for they. Yes, Sarah?
If they got the job, they would move to Canada.
Sarah. Very good sentence. You want to try in negative, Sarah? Come on. The same, but in negative.
If they didn't get the job, they wouldn't move to Canada.
Very well, Sarah. Excellent. Give me one more, Sarah. All right. So pay attention to this, Sarah, because this sentence is a little bit confusing. So I am going to help you in Spanish. This is what you have to say, Sarah. Look at this. Pay attention. Be careful, Sarah. Okay, Sarah, can you see the sentence in Spanish? I want you to say it in English. Come on. This is more complicated, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. Hello, Sarah. Ready to talk? Don't ignore me, Sarah, please.
Sorry, teacher.
Okay, Sarah.
See, if he had the telephone her, he would tell her.
Okay, can you repeat the sentence?
If he had her telephone number, he would call her.
Exactly. Yeah, very good, Sarah. It's complicated, no?
Yes, teacher,
But you
complicated.
did it, but you did it. Very good, Sarah. Congratulations. Okay, guys. So the next person, it's gonna be Isabel. So let me prepare everything. I think you can do it, Isabel. Let me see. Oh, okay, this is an interesting sentence. Okay, let me see. Give me a moment. I'm ready. Ready? Come on. This sentence is if he. Ready?
Okay. If he played the guitar, he will start a band.
Very good. Next one.
If
This sentence is you, no? Come on.
okay, if you saw a spider, you will kill it.
Mhm. Would kill it. Okay. And we have the last one, Isabel. It's he. Ready?
If he were rich, he will have the world.
Okay. Check the sentence. Can you repeat the sentence?
If he were rich, he won't have the world.
Exactly. Can you see the chat? That's the meaning in Spanish.
Okay,
If he
sí,
were
por ahí.
rich, he wouldn't have to work, no?
Okay.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Well, girls, I think we still have time for some examples, no? So let's go to them, and each person does one, no? So let me clear this. We go to the next, and wait a minute, please. Okay, we have another. Oh, this is an interesting example, right? Karime, it's gonna be your turn. Ready, Karime, for this example? Come on. If I
were a journalist, I would invented fake news. I wouldn't.
Yeah, yes, Karime. No, it's not. You wanna be Loret de Mola or what? No, he invents many fake news. No, it's a very bad journalist. Okay, Karime, thank you. Oh, this is gonna be for you, Sarah. Come on.
Yes, teacher. If I were a funny person, I would have a stand-up comedy show.
Okay, you would be like Franco Escamilla, no, Sarah?
Yes.
If you were funny. Okay, give me just a moment, girls, because in the last sentence for Isabel, there is a little mistake. Wait a minute, please. Okay, I have it ready for you, Isabel. Let me see. Here is the sentence. Okay, let me make it bigger. And wait a moment, please. This Zoom is a little crazy. Ready? Come on. Let's go, Isabel.
If I were a funny person.
No, this is the other one for the cure for cancer. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
If I had the cure for cancer, I will be millionaire.
Exactly. Very good. Thank you. Well, girls, we have finished. Let's go to the final comments in Spanish.